Okay, good day everybody. I'm going to talk briefly, hopefully briefly, a bit about securing your computer with antivirus slash anti-malware programs. There's a lot out there on the market. There's paid, there's free. In some cases, the free ones, if they're written correctly, do just as good a job as the paid versions. The exception, you maybe get a bit more technical support. But as a whole, for the average person, the free ones are generally just as good, and it's not going to cost you any money. Some of the full ones, like Norton 360 and the McAfee, just try to do too many things at once, and they just hog up your resources like there's no tomorrow. I've seen Norton 360 on several machines, and it just slows them down to a screeching halt. That and those two are the first that get hacked, because those are the two biggest. The hackers look at them first, go, yeah, why not? In the case, Norton had their source code for their remote access stolen a few years ago, so they're definitely a target. McAfee a couple of years ago had one of their junior programmers released an update, and it wasn't checked properly by the senior programmer, and it crashed hundreds of thousands of computers. So they got in a lot of trouble. They had to foot the bill for everyone's IT department to go around and repatch that big mess up. Recently, even there's another one that is well known. I think it's Sophos. Released an update that, and ended up crashing a lot of computers as well. And every time something like that happens, that hurts their image. In my eyes, the free ones for the average person, I mean, especially if you're know what you're doing, like myself, doing it for a number of years. I stick to the free ones because, quite frankly, why am I going to pay for something if I'm not going to, really make that good a use out of it? The ones that I would recommend, the two top ones, would be for antivirus, would be the Microsoft Security Essentials. It has gotten some very decent reviews. It's very light in the resources. It has fewer false positives than a lot of them, and it's Microsoft is taking that route pretty seriously. They don't want their computers being messed up with viruses, and they're sort of putting the squeeze on other programs. I used to recommend EVG. I don't anymore because of the same reason that I was saying about Norton and McAfee. It's just too big. It's bloatware and just hogs too many resources, so I don't recommend that one anymore. As far as anti-malware programs, I used to be big on Spybot, but it's sort of useless nowadays. I have not seen it really work that well or been that kept up to date, so what's the other one? There was another one, I can't remember the name of it, that was halfway decent. The one I generally use would be Malwarebytes. Now there's a paid version and there's a free version. You do get to try the pro version for free for 2 weeks, which for $25 is a good deal, because if you do buy it and keep it, it runs in real time in the background. It'll protect things from getting into your system. Prevent you from having things sneak into your system. So every time something tries to sneak in around, a little balloon pops up, says, hey, this was trying to get in or out of your system. And it's honestly, it's one of the ones that's used a lot to fix things when shit gets into a computer. So it's just a very handy tool. I've been pestering them to make a portable version for ages. I would love it if they did. Sort of the ones that come on higher ends, which if you burn it to CD, you can't update it. So unless you keep burning it regularly, it's going to be sort of a waste of space. It's there's not too many out there that are really good. That's one of them. Never fails. Every time I do this, I can never remember the name of the other program. But yeah, as a whole, for the average person, if you are careful, there are some other things, like if you're using Chrome, you can install something like Web of Trust, which will scan your links ahead of time when you do Google searches, and even if you pop up on the page that's you've never been there before, if there's any problems with it, big warning will flash up on the screen saying this site is not trustworthy, it is unsafe, and if you click on the details, it'll show you what other people have had problems with in the past. It's a handy little add-on, and again, it's free. It's just one of those things that helps secure your system. That's it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will post the links to the 2 pieces of software that I mentioned. Thank you, and have yourselves a good day.